Introducing cricket's newest stars. Good luck. At the forefront of the game's revolution in Australia.
The ideal goal would obviously to play for Australia, the highest possible you can. That's obviously the dream.
I just fell in love with the game even more and I just took off from there, I guess.
The last 5 years have seen teenagers of South Asian heritage enriching the sport at record levels.
Cricket is a part of life in South Asia, so we grew up with cricket. For a lot of us, cricket is also the first memory we have in life, so we take cricket with us.
At Melbourne Stars training, this is what the quiet transformation looks like. The great Meg Lanning giving her wisdom to teammate Hazrat Gill.
It's pretty surreal, I guess. Meg's always been someone that I've looked up to and admired from day one, and she was there for that World Cup when I first discovered the game.
That 2016 tournament was held in India, where Hazrat was born.
That World Cup made me realise that girls can play cricket.
Like Lanning, Hazrat Gill has captained Australia in the under-19s. Her rise through the ranks has thrilled Cricket Australia, which is waiting for its South Asian boom to produce world-class players.
And that is out.
The breadth of talent that's out there at a very young age is amazing.
Cricket's hothouses are the newly built outer suburbs of Australian cities. West of Melbourne, the sport is growing so fast they're running out of grounds.
About 8 years ago, we had around about 160 teams, and we've just clicked over 420 teams this year.
Dev Dash here.
Oh, I saw him on the net.
Dev Dash not here.
No, he's in the net.
What are they doing in the net?
A lot of these boys are from Indian families, and this is their first go at representative cricket.
This is what they do. This is the sport they love. This is what they do day in, day out. They have huge aspirations. They want to be the best cricketers in this country.
My favourite sport was soccer, and my dad was begging me, not begging, but he really wanted me to try it and said, you can try it.
Did you beg him to play cricket?
I did practically beg him and had to drag him out to play cricket. And I promised that I'd coach him for the first few years, so I've continued coaching him ever since then. It helps a lot having sort of, people from a similar cultural background. We've all sort of lived through similar journeys, I suppose, coming here when we were young and trying to make a home and living in a different country.
Hazrat Gill's family immigrated when she was 3.
There was one movie came out at that time, Bollywood movie, and they filmed it here in Melbourne. And that was, I think, my husband's attraction. And I think it was just the trend that we followed.
I've been very fortunate, it's just that pride in knowing that I've got 2 cultures that I can represent and I think just holding value in that as well is really cool.
It wasn't Bollywood that inspired Vishwa's father to move down under. It was the World Championship final hosted by the MCG in 1985.
There it is, victory for India, well played.
Obviously, my dad was passionate. Obviously, from his background, you know how cricket is in India, it's crazy. That's how I got into cricket. From there, I think I sort of had a natural ability to bowl, and sort of from there, that sort of grew into my own passion.
Vishwa was a standout from age 9, always bowling against older boys.
They saw something special in Vishwa or whatever it is, they gave him that opportunity, and I hope, he continued to get the blessings and, support.
When Vishwa played in India this year for the Australian under-19 team, his Aussie and Indian relatives were there.
Oh, hi, how are you doing?
Good, Perma, how are you?
Can I ask you how you felt watching Vish play in India for Australia?
Oh, I was just speechless, I've been manifesting this for so many years.
It was an unreal experience playing in India. I knew they'd be good, obviously, in their home conditions, but I didn't expect them to have that sort of talent and depth.
For South Asian families, balancing education and sport is delicate but not impossible. Vishwa goes to university when he's not bowling leg breaks.
That was pretty hard, like especially in year 12. Obviously, cricket, it's something that takes quite a bit of time, like out of your week. You don't really get that much time to, like, downtime for yourself. But I guess it's something like I'm willing to do at the moment.
When the Border Gavaskar Trophy begins, the Ramkumars will cheer for the home team most of the time.
I keep telling Vishwa, it's Australia, you have to support. Yep. And see, I will say, 51-49, or 55-45. That's honestly, that's what.
51% Australia?
India.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It's closing.
5 years ago, 10% of cricketers at all levels in Australia had South Asian heritage. Now it's 20%. You wouldn't know that from looking at the professional ranks, where contracted state players from South Asian families make up fewer than 5%. At the highest level, only Usman Khawaja and Alana King have national contracts.
It'll just take one or two more to kind of have a long run in the Australian team, and you'll see that change happen.
It's 11 or 12 people get picked to be in the Australian cricket team. So I think you've got to have the best skills in the world to be picked in that team. So I think the more you get down the bottom, then it'll start feeding into the top.
New South Wales bowler Tanveer Sanger, who has played T20s for Australia, was talent spotted 7 years ago. James Alsop was a teacher when he first saw Sanger in action.
I was umpiring. As soon as he'd bowl, you could hear it just fizz out of his hand. He's turning them both ways, and these poor young kids had no idea what to do about it.
Now, Alsop is Cricket Australia's Chief of Cricket, overseeing a multicultural plan aiming to double the number of South Asian players at state level by 2027.
Don't be surprised if that number is more than that by the time we get to 2027, because I can see the change happening.
We're making inroads, but we've still got a lot more work to do, and we're not shy about that. We want to make sure that all clubs are accommodating from people from all cultural backgrounds, which has been a big focus over the last 5 years.
The biggest challenge at this age level is to keep cricket fun so kids don't burn out.
It was highlighted that there are some kids, like even last weekend, who were bowling 60 overs in a weekend, which is ridiculous when this is the first weekend of cricket that we've had. We're going to look at a policy to try and educate, I guess it's the parent, that sometimes quality is better.
Just let the kids play. I think sometimes it can go either way, where parents put too much pressure on their kids, and like if he's like not Sachin, then he can't play cricket. They're like really focused on like him being the absolute best, and then put so much pressure on the kid that it almost makes the passion come out of the kid, and he doesn't want to play cricket anymore.
Omar here?
Yeah.
You're going to open the batting. Prasam, you're going to bat number 3.
How do you feel when you're at cricket?
I feel really good. Sometimes nervousness, of course. Cricket's like my favourite sport, and ever since I, touched the bat or bowled, I just loved it from there on.
Manish Chowdhury used to play in India. Now his son plays.
I remember when I was 11, all I wanted to do was just swing my bat.
Do you have to keep reminding yourself not to put pressure on your son?
Yes. So like he just got out now, I didn't say anything. I didn't even have a chat to him, and because I know I've got out on golden duck. it's a part of the process.
First of all, a bit disappointing. I come in, it's been slow, came moving on. Not happy, of course, but hopefully next time.